Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Anthony out here living life in Brazil, and today I wanted to talk about some of the changes to the visa process for those of you interested in traveling to Brazil, or if you have trips planned already at some point this year. There's a few extra hurdles you're going to have to jump through because Brazil, as of April 10th, 2025, this year, so about a week ago, um, Brazil reinstated its visa requirements for Americans, Canadians, and Australians. Now, um, some people have criticisms about the visa or wondering why Brazil would implement this, new requirement, thinking it's going to hurt tourism or some of the tourism-reliant industries, especially in places like Rio de Janeiro. Um, but honestly, I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. This new e-visa process is actually quite fast. It's quite easy, pretty inexpensive, and compared to a lot of other visa processes out there, it's not really a big deal in my opinion. But just to give some background, Brazil already had visa requirements for Americans, for example, in the past, but they were removed. And back in 2023, so like 2 years ago now, um, the Brazilian government started talking about reinstating the visa requirements based on a principle of reciprocity, meaning basically that for the countries that require Brazilians to go through a visa process, Brazil will, out of reciprocity, mandate that citizens of those countries also require a visa to come to Brazil. So, for years, Americans, Canadians, Australians were allowed to come to Brazil with no visa, right? You could just show up in Brazil, and as long as you weren't on some watch list or in some kind of legal trouble that would otherwise prevent you from being in Brazil, you could show up and stay in Brazil legally for up to 90 days. Um, In 2023, they started talks about reinstating this visa requirement, and it was initially supposed to go into effect on like October 1st or something back in 2023. Um, it then got postponed to January in 2024, and they postponed it again to April 2024, and finally postponed it again to April 10th of this year. So now it's actually in effect, and those all those delays were actually because Brazil was making efforts to negotiate visa-free arrangements. No arrangements or agreements were made, and Brazil was like, "I bet you guys need visas to come here too." So anyway, let's talk about what's going to be required for this new visa for Americans, Canadians, and Australians. For everyone else, everything is the same. Now it's called an e-visa because it's basically electronic and everything is done online. Um, so it is an extra hurdle, like I said, but at least it can all be done from your living room, and the processing time is only about like 5 to 10 days, I think. So pretty fast. The cost of the visa is going to be $80, and to get the application started, all you have to do is go to this website, which I'll put on the screen and I'll put it in the description below as well. Um, Now, the documents you're going to need are going to be your passport, a valid passport, which you will have to make a scan of in color, which is important. And your actual passport book is going to need 2 free pages available in it. All right. So if you travel a lot and your passport is on its last page, or you have no space left or barely any space left, you're basically going to need to get a new passport to have those 2 free pages. I personally haven't seen the e-visa yet, or what exactly they're going to use those 2 pages for, but I'm guessing they're going to be attaching something to your passport when you get here. The next thing you're going to need is a passport style photo in color. So if you already have a passport, you should already have like a general idea of what those look like. But basically it's a little 3.5 by 4.5 centimeter photo with a white background. Don't wear glasses, don't wear head coverings, etc., etc. It's actually kind of funny because they also mention that you can't have teeth visible in the picture. So for all you smiley, happy ass people out there, no smiling in the photo, all right? So when you go in for your photo, just pretend like you just got booked for jaywalking or something, and you're taking a mug shot. That's pretty much it for your average tourist that wants to come to Brazil. You fill out the application, upload the scans of your passport bio page and your passport style photo, and pay the fee. And you wait 5 to 10 days, and once you're approved, you're good to go. It looks like they might ask you for some details of your trip, like expected travel dates and stuff like that. But overall, it's pretty quick, and you pay the fee, and you're good to go with the visa within like 5 to 10 days. Now, if you're traveling with any children under 18 or like infants, they will also need their own eVisa. So every single person needs their own visa. And there's a bit more paperwork to do if you're traveling with someone under 18. You're gonna need to fill out and sign something called the authorization for issuance of Brazilian visa for minors. And both parents will need to sign and submit that. If you're traveling for business, there's also going to be some extra requirements, like an official letter from your company. They're going to ask you for additional information like expected travel dates, contact info from someone in Brazil, affirmation that you will be like receiving support from your company, and just the nature of the business that you're going to be conducting in Brazil. And just to give you guys some additional information about the eVisa once you have it, for Americans, it's going to be valid for 10 years, and you can come in and out of Brazil as many times as you want as long as the visa is valid. For Canadians and Australians, they don't like you guys or something, I don't know, but the visa is only going to be valid for 5 years. But all the same allowances and restrictions are going to apply. So same visa, just it's only valid for 5 years instead of 10. You'll be able to stay in Brazil for up to 90 days, but that can be extended an additional 90 days if you just go to the federal police here and pay a little fee. So you can stay in Brazil for up to 6 whole months within a year. After that, you're gonna have to wait until the following year to be able to like refresh those 90 days, all right? So up to 90 days in Brazil per year. The visa won't be valid for work or study, meaning you won't be able to use that to like attend universities or pick up a job in Brazil or anything like that. So just stick to tourism with that visa. Also, if your visa was approved and let's say like 3 years down the road, your passport expires, the visa is still valid. You just have to make sure that when you come to Brazil, you bring that old passport along with the valid one that you have. So bring your new passport, the valid one, and your old one that has the visa. That's pretty much it, y'all. As I said, it's not really a big deal in my opinion. It's a fast, easy process, relatively inexpensive, and for those of you seriously interested in coming to Brazil, you'll go ahead and just jump through these hoops without issue, all right? For anyone complaining or saying they aren't coming to Brazil because of this, then I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be missing out over pretty much nothing. Maybe it'll keep some of the riffraff out. I don't know. But anyway, I hope this video was informative for you guys. I just wanted to make a quick vid to help you guys out who might be unsure about how this new visa process works. And if you have any further questions, go ahead and drop some comments below. I'll try to help out as many of you as I can. And if you got some value from this video and want to support the channel, continue following my journey here in Brazil. I do live here now. I don't really plan on going back to the United States. I have a lot of big things coming up on a lot of videos. So if you want to, stay on top of that, hit that like button, subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one. Peace.